In this video, I'll be talking to you about my experiences of exhibiting my own artwork and encouraging you all as to the reasons why you should be getting out there with your own.
Hi everyone, my name is Lisa Ann Watkins. I am the artist behind Animal Art by Law and Draw with Law. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and in today's tutorial video I'm going to be talking a little bit, not too much, about entering exhibitions and competitions with your art. It's a question I've been asked a few times by my patrons over on Patreon, my Patreon channel, so I thought I would address a few tips. There's a link above. I've done a longer video about marketing, how to get your work out there, initially by setting up art pages using social media, different platforms, local advertising. Now, another way to obviously get your work out there is to take part in exhibitions. So you can do this numerous ways. There are some amazing societies out there, but again, it depends whether there's a particular genre or field of art that you want to specialise in. So obviously myself, it was mainly animal art, but mostly the media I use is colour pencil. So it seems logical for me to be a member of my home UK-based UK Colour Pencil Society. Obviously because it's animals, I'm also part of, and I exhibit annually with the Wildlife Art Society International. I'm a member of the Association of Animal Artists and exhibit with them. I'm also a member of my local art group, which is the West Gloucestershire Art Society, and I exhibit with them all year round. My work is on sale at a local exhibition all year round as well, and it has brought in quite a good income for me over the last couple of years. And of course, each time you exhibit, your name gets out there. So I've been juried into International Open exhibition with UK Colour Pencil Society on the 2 years that I've entered, and the last time I entered I actually was awarded the SAA award for the best domestic animal, and also I got reserve best in show with the Artist magazine, so that was huge for me, and that was a prestigious London gallery. But again, it's all about balancing. I try to, because I'm focused now mainly on teaching, I try to create a piece of artwork that ticks a lot of boxes. So now it might be that I'm going to do a snow leopard tutorial, so I'll make sure that the snow leopard picture is a photo that I've taken, so then there's no copyright issues and no one else is going to be seen creating that piece and putting it into the gallery or anywhere. So I'll use that piece of work, that snow leopard, to create my tutorial for my patrons, for my teaching, but also I aim it that it's going to go into the Wildlife Art Society International's exhibition, and also within that category it's going to go into the endangered species. But if I wanted to, it's all pure colour pencil, I could enter it into the UK Colour Pencil Society exhibition as well, and I could pop it in there, you know, not for sale, and then if the deadlines work out I can then make sure it's coming back to me because it won't have sold because it's not for sale, and I can use that piece in another exhibition. So it's all about planning ahead, especially with exhibitions. There's lots of online exhibitions, so you can take part with lots of digital exhibitions. So the magazines like Colour Pencil magazine have an annual, Colour magazine by Anne Kohlberg do an annual. You can join societies like Colour Pencil Community of Australia. They have an annual, or they will have an annual exhibition starting. The UK CPS also do an online digital exhibition now. There's quite a few that you can join. Even CPSA have Art Spectations, so an online exhibition there. I'm a member, I'm an invited artist partner, sorry, signature member for Artists for Conservation, which is the biggest international society that I am a member of. It's more difficult because their exhibition is in Vancouver in Canada. I'm UK based. The piece I entered already had a reserve on it by a client, so I was hesitant anyway, but it was accepted. So what I did was I chose to put it up to be juried into the exhibition, but I requested it be not for sale, and also could it go into the virtual exhibit, which means they can have an online exhibition as well as their hard copy I was going to say, but as well as their real life in a gallery exhibition. So there's lots of ways of exhibiting your work and getting it out there without it physically being in a gallery, but it's all about, if you're going to build, I talk in the marketing video about sort of, you know, getting your name out there, you need to be seen. And pricing as well, I've talked on a video about pricing. Now, to enable you to start putting your prices up, if you do commission work as well, you need to build some prestige behind your work. So you either need to be so good at what you do and your marketing that you've filled your commission diary, say 12 months in advance. That means that your work's going to be in more demand because people are having to wait 12 months to even get on your list for you to create a piece for them. So that means they're willing to pay more to make it, you know, you could put your prices up the more exclusive you get, and this is also reflects on as you win competitions. Now obviously it depends on how prestigious the competition is. If it's a juried competition, an international competition, you're up against the best of the best and you get placed. And especially if it's in a real life gallery, those are the ones that mean the most, to me anyway. And those are the ones I look at others as well as being more prestigious, rather than just an online Facebook competition, which it's great because start out there, if your confidence isn't great, you're not sure about mounting and framing and physically getting a piece to a gallery. There's lots of little exhibitions online, even taking part in something like Colour and Kohlberg's monthly pencil box. You know, it's like a little online gallery where you submit your piece. If it's accepted, it goes on to a little exhibition, a little video exhibition with your name and the title of the piece. And you can share that out on your art page. It's great if you're marketing as well. You don't win anything. You might get it printed in a magazine, which is a huge win because, hey, more marketing again. But there's lots of space, Light Space and Time. They do competitions all year round, exhibitions as well. Again, you win a placement, so you can win in your category, you can be an overall winner, which means then you get a feature and a mention and more marketing, and obviously you can put down, you get sent a little digital certificate and a little rosette that you can add to your website to say you're an award winner. So there's lots of competitions out there, but you need to also make sure as well, not only are you planning ahead, I'd advise, like next year, I've got a big like whiteboard I'm filling in, so in there is going to be all of my exhibitions that I want to do, my real-time ones, and then the deadlines. So the deadlines are usually, especially if it's juried competitions, they're usually a couple of months ahead of the actual physical exhibition. So you need to make sure you've got everything planned, so you're planning pieces in possibly 6 to 12 months ahead. You'll be looking for reference to get that reference photo for that specific image that you want to enter in that specific category, in that specific exhibition at a specific time. So I'm planning now for next year's, and then what I'll do with those, because some of those exhibitions, like the Wildlife Art Society, they invite me then to either give a workshop or come along and demonstrate. So physically demonstrating your work inside the venue where you've got some pieces in an exhibition is amazing. You get to, people see your hanging pieces, they see you working, they interact with you, and especially now that I'm teaching, it just adds that extra bit of wonder to people who aren't artists or who love our art, to be able to interact with the artist. So again, something else to think about if you can get into an advantage to doing physical exhibitions is to see if you can demonstrate there, because it's so rewarding for yourself as well to have feedback on your actual work. I seem to do quite well. I've done quite well this year. I've won. I've been pitching to win. I enter this competition every year. It's up against every other media, and it's to win the Handel Prothero Award. And each year, I've won the last couple of years. The people's vote, the people visiting have loved my work, but the judges, no, just not been placed. This year, I was quite surprised. I entered 4 pieces. The one I thought I stood the best chance with actually won the People's Vote, which was amazing. One of the other pieces, the judges awarded the Handel Prothero Award. So perseverance. Just because you don't get accepted one year for an exhibition, if that piece is still available for the same exhibition the next year and there's no rules about not entering again, put it in, because the judges are usually different. And it's all retrospect. It's all about the judge, what they, what they're into, what they feel like on that day. That's what they award it to. So again, if you're not successful in getting juried in, don't take it personally. It's just that those people that were jurying, those judges that year, were looking for something different. There might have been a higher, standard of work just in your specific category. There might have been 50 more entries in your category, making it harder for them to judge, so they've had to pin it down on something technically specific or something. So don't take it personally, even though it's really hard. It's easy for me to say that, but I take it personally if I don't get juried into something. But again, pitch the same piece in. I've seen someone put in a piece for the UK Colour Pencil Society, I think 3 years running. The third year it got through and it was hung at the exhibition. First 2 years, nah, not at all. So keep plugging away. Try not to let it knock your confidence. Plan your exhibitions. Get your deadlines, get it all in a diary. Make sure most submissions now are done online, so make sure that you are presenting your work for jury in the best possible light. So if you can't get them professionally photographed, I've got a scanner. You can buy a scanner. I bought an all-in-one Workforce, Epson Workforce scanner. You can buy these A3 size for less than £150, and you've got professional settings on there. I make sure I scan my work to match the original as close as possible when I'm entering exhibitions. I see others out there taking mobile phone pictures, and you'll see that they'll say it's on a white sheet of paper or something, white or a light grey background, and you'll see that it changes colour, or there's like a, what you call it, when you put add like a hazy border around it. You can see that, and you can see where entries have been electronically manipulated. And to me that is wrong, so please try to avoid doing that, because I've seen some people winning awards and the picture is not a true representation of what that piece looks like in real life, which I find misleading and wrong, basically. So try to make sure that you're presenting your work best as possible. So a clear scan. You can take good photos with mobile phones now. You can get like a grid option so you can actually line it up properly. But then make sure you're cropping the image down so you've got the best crop. You haven't got little bits falling off the edge. Make sure your piece is flat when you photograph it, if you are photographing it. If you've got a DSLR camera or a friend who's got one, take the best possible image in natural daylight. But again, I say get a scanner. They're so cheap for a decent one. So I think that's pretty much it. And then when it comes to sort of, if you get that big, yay, you've been juried into a physical exhibition, then you need to be looking at mounting and framing. Now, I mount and frame a lot of my own prints, some of my originals, because I've got an amazing shop locally that I can buy off the peg, really good frames. Now, those are usually for things like prints that I'm going to use at demonstrations and that get packed away, unpacked, packed away, unpacked. I'm not bothered if they get chipped or marked, because it's just to show and have a little display of my work. And they're disposable. They're like £20, £30 a pop, so if I've got to replace them, I can. Exhibition work is a whole different ballgame. I want to make sure that I'm showing off my work again to the judges at that physical exhibition to the best. So find yourself a really good professional framer, and you'll learn that you have an image, you'll have an idea of the feel that you want for your piece, but they've got years of experience usually, these framers, so they will be able to guide you in the process. You'll be able to try lots of different variations that will change the mood and the look of your pictures as well. So again, find yourself a really good framer. Sometimes I've had frames that I've used before in previous exhibitions, really like amazing frames, and they've got museum glass and everything in there. I sold the original to someone overseas, so there I'm left with this beautiful frame. What am I going to do with it? I reuse them. I make sure I do a new piece that's going to fit within that original mount and frame, the colours and everything's gonna really match it as well. And I reused it, and I've reused like a couple of frames 4 or 5 times now in different exhibitions. So I'm getting my money's worth out of those frames, because more money I save on frames, then the more money I've got to buy more pencils with. That's my way of looking at it. And also, so obviously, sort of, it's paid for itself. The fact that I've not got to pay for a new frame for an exhibition means I've saved some money, so I can maybe enter a couple more pieces with those pennies. So it all comes with experience. Just try to make sure that if you are putting a piece in an exhibition, that you go the extra mile to make sure you've got a really good mountain frame on there. Make sure your glass is polished and clean. Exhibitions as well, you want to make sure that it's best if you can try and use your own reference image, because the last thing you want is another image up at the same gallery done by another person of the exact reference image that you use. That's just like heartbreaking. I've seen that before. What other little tips are there? But again, yeah, it reflects, like I say, as you keep a record of all the exhibitions that you've been in as well, because in time that will form part of your CV of you've exhibited here with this society, you've exhibited there. It doesn't matter if you don't win awards. The fact that you've exhibited starts to build up your reputation as an artist, your validation. It's just something, you know, clients like to see it sometimes. Pop it on your website that, you know, you've been exhibited here, exhibited there. And of course, make sure you create an event. If you're on social media pages, make sure you create an event and tell your followers and potential clients, I'll be exhibiting at this event. And if you're going to be demoing, doubly make sure that, you know, you tell them, not only am I exhibiting at this event, but I'm also going to be there demonstrating, so come along and meet the artist. It works really, really well. It's one of the things I enjoy the most, and even though I'm focusing more and more on teaching, I am reluctant to give up taking part in 2 or 3 of those exhibitions a year, because I've mentioned it again before that being an artist can be quite lonely. You're working on your own, in your studio, in your own environment, and you can get really self-critical. So to actually take part in a big event like an exhibition, a physical exhibition, gets you out of the house. It's something to look forward to. You get to meet other artists. Oh, it's like, for me, even on demonstrating, I feel like I am working, it feels like time off. It feels like reward time for me. I get something so much out of that. And so do the other artists, and you come away with new ideas as well, and you can look at, you know, if you're not going to exhibit as well, or you're building up to exhibiting, get to an exhibition, look at how other artists display their work. You might look at some pictures and go, oh, I would probably have presented it slightly different. That's great, because that shows your own style coming through as well. But you might look at someone and go, oh, I never thought to try and pop it in a white wooden frame. It does open your eyes up to sort of, it educates you. It's great research to do, so get out there, get your pieces entered into competitions, even if it's just small ones online. That's where I started out. I entered the Colour Pencil magazine, pushed myself, the monthly magazine challenge, pushed myself way outside of my comfort zone. Was fortunate enough to win the first couple that I'd entered on those, and then it kind of snowballed from there. Your confidence builds, and then it leads on to you doing your own solo exhibition, which is a whole different ball game, but lots of hard work, but very, very, very rewarding. So yeah, start to get your work out there. Talked in the other video, mentioned the marketing video, about getting your work out on social media pages, but get them into other social media pages, other colour pencil groups that run little challenges even. Start to take part, and that is your starting point, and build up if you haven't got the confidence quite yet to take part in a real big society exhibition. But you'll get there, and good luck to you all. I can't wait to see some of you telling me that you've taken part. So thank you very much for watching this short video. I think it was short, I didn't waffle on too long. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up below, and of course please do subscribe to my channel. And if you'd like early access to future videos like this, inspiration videos, hints and tips, please do pop over to my teaching channel, where I give exclusive early access to all of these videos, plus of course you get exclusive access to all of my tutorials. which is www.patreon.com/Lisa Ann Watkins. Okay, thank you very much for watching again, guys, and I'll speak to you all again soon.